I used to think elegance was the goal of becoming my most beautiful self and most attractive self. And I only now realize that it was actually one of the reasons that I was actually erasing myself. And I know it doesn't make sense right now when I say it like this, but stay with me and I assure you that if you have been trying to be elegant and beautiful and to glow up and something doesn't like stick, I swear to you, this will speak to you so much. First, I want to acknowledge that it is a normal and healthy and common pursuit for a woman to want to feel her most attractive self. We are pushed to be ashamed of that, and there is nothing to be ashamed of. And often in life transitions, changing identities, changing self, changing career, changing aligning a little bit more in our life, of course, we will want that to be a reflection externally also. We want to go out in the world and we want people to perceive us the way we actually feel inside. We want opportunities, career, friends, lovers to be drawn to us just because it is us. So I'm not here to tell you that beauty is superficial and you should not think about it and every woman is beautiful and that's it. No, it's a real topic with a real psychology behind it. And today I want to talk about how we often aim for elegance, but this actually keeps us prisoners and erasing ourselves. So here is why you should stop pursuing elegance. Choose your borderline ugly self instead. And how to become your most attractive self outside of the definition that has been pushed upon you, often unconsciously. Okay, one quick thing. If you don't want to like, comment, or subscribe because you like to stay ghost on the internet, I know that's me. Sometimes I don't want to show my presence. I don't want to give any information to any algorithm or any platform. You don't like the idea of someone seeing what you can comment on YouTube or these kind of things. I really get it, but I still need your support to keep this channel alive. So the next best thing that you can do silently as a ghost to help me is just to send and share, clicking the share button down of this video to someone around you that might benefit from it. And if you don't think about anyone and you don't want to bother any of your friends, just send it to yourself on WhatsApp so that you can watch again later, for example. So it's just a click, you will stay invisible, and we can keep together this channel growing and alive, and that would mean the world to me. Let's dive into the video. Elegance is actually not neutral. It's very much socially and culturally coded. Historically, it comes from the upper class European femininity and standard of beauty. Minimal disruption, softness, control, specific beauty standard linked to light skin, straight hair, tall features and body. So if, like a lot of women today, you are like mixed in race, culturally layered, emotionally expressive, I don't know. If you have curly hair like me, not linear, straight, conform standards and features, and you are just your most iconic, beautiful self, you might spend all your life trying to fit these standards of elegance and erase your true self in the process, which can lead then to you not understanding why you can't find love, why you struggle in your professional life, why you can't figure out who you are, what you really want, how to make friends, why your life seems harder than it is for people around you, and why you can't attract what you really want and feel like you deserve it. You might not link that to your appearance and elegance and all of that, but trust me, it is. For example, I am a mixed race woman. My mom is from Réunion Island, my dad's side from Sicily and Tunisia, and I have also Martinique roots in my background. Basically, I have Afro-descendant features and frizzy hair and freckles and a big nose, and I speak loud, I laugh a lot. I will probably never be in my natural state so controlled and smooth and pulled back and polished and tamed as elegance wants me to be. Unless I fix and erase parts of myself and I straighten my hair and I smooth my skin and I do my nose and I, you know, fix and work on all of that to fit the mold. But if I spend my life doing that, I might even succeed, but my nervous system will know that there is an incoherence and it will never release and relax enough for me to feel internally at peace and aligned and beautiful and like I am my most attractive self. Even though outside, externally, it might seem like I am so beautiful that my nose is perfect and my skin is so smooth and I'm so elegant. But internally, I will never feel enough because my nervous system knows this is not me. And I'll never be tall enough. I'll never have my hair straight enough. I'll never be able to cover and smooth my skin enough. I won't be European featured enough. And something will always feel off about me. Trying to aim for elegance, not understanding what it really means, is not only gonna limitate us. Most women who doesn't enter those criteria, maybe you are the type of woman who typically enters those criteria, and good for you, follow that. Maybe this is your North Star, but if you don't recognize yourself, like 80% of women into those standards and criteria, and it doesn't feel like a good North Star for you to follow to become your most attractive self, it will not only limitate you, it will also be the thief of your most attractive self. Because the truth is, a glow up is not just physical. A glow up, like becoming really your most attractive version, needs coherence. This is how your energy is so attractive, because something about you is so coherent. You are so fully yourself, and your nervous system is fully safe being yourself. Attractiveness needs authenticity. Elegance will steal that authenticity, will steal that coherence, will steal that inner safety. And you will be stuck for life playing the game of those standards. Even when you think you left the beauty standard things, yeah, I'm not following beauty standards, I'm over it. I just want to be elegant, That's what I told myself. And then I realized I cannot really be elegant without changing like so many things of who I am naturally in my most iconic self. So you might wonder, okay, Cora, elegance is not for you and me. You're right. I'm not that woman. I want to be my most iconic self. I don't enter those criteria, but I need a North Star, right? I need to follow something. So what should we aim for? If we don't try to be elegant, what should we aim for to feel our most attractive self? And honestly, this is a bit for you to decide. There is not a right and wrong answer. You need just to be aware and intentional and maybe try and play with it a little to understand yourself and see what works, what sticks. I heard a woman talk about her inner feeling of dignity, and that instead of following any standards or any dress code or all of that, she was always aiming to just feel dignified by her own presence and appearance and all of that. I think dignity is a beautiful North Star, if that speaks to you. For me, it doesn't resonate that much, to be honest, but it's just an example of what you can aim for instead of elegance. Something less coded, something less imprinted with all kind of standards that might be stuck behind it, hidden behind it. For me personally, I really, really resonate with the concept of being my borderline most ugly, iconic self. And it doesn't actually mean ugly as in I accept to be ugly, I don't want to be beautiful. No, I really love beauty. I really resonate with the concept of beauty. So in my language, it is more to say like the version of you who dares to be herself, even though some of her features might not be the norm or the standards, current standards of beauty, because they're always evolving and changing. And for example, my freckles were a nightmare when I was a kid, and now everyone is like drawing some freckles on their face, which is really funny for me. And all of that, my hair color, my hair texture, all of that, at some point it was fashion, at some point it was not, at some point it was cool, at some point it was ridiculous. And in only 34 years of life, I saw all of my features become good or bad depending the periods. So my borderline ugly, most iconic self is just a version of me who understand that her specific features, even though they might not be the current standard of beauty, if she just embrace all of it, it will have an authenticity and coherence that will be superior to just being pretty and elegant and pulled back and smooth and all of that. It is specifically like the accumulation of it is specifically what will make you unique and iconic and stand out. And being elegant all the time is fucking work, man. It's a work, you know? But being my borderline ugly self every day is just effortless. It doesn't mean I cannot enjoy playing with makeup or with my hair or do something different or straighten my hair whenever I want and feel like. It means all of that is just a game that I don't need. And the moment I wake up in the morning from the bed with my hair like this and no makeup, I still feel my most iconic self. Because all the little ugliness, my nose who's too big, my hair too frizzy, you know, all the little ugliness are part of a bigger painting. Like it is for any woman that you might admire, by the way. Zendaya is unusually tall. Anya Taylor-Joy has a very wide set of eyes. Rihanna has a very large forehead. And Bella Hadid, please, she has an elongated face. Extremely. Or Selena Gomez, who has a very chubby face. I can go on and on and on with any woman you might admire. So dare to be slightly unpolished, real, expressive, carrying your unique specificities and features and unbothered, and refusing to conform to something that was initially created based on opposite features than the ones you have naturally. If I say that I love myself and I recite mantras and positive affirmation, that I love myself, that I deserve, that all of that, but then I aim for elegance. I aim for being a tall, smooth, polished woman when this is not me. This is how there is an incoherence in my own embodiment. And I believe that I'm doing the inner work and I'm advancing and I'm working on myself and I'm trying to love myself. And I don't understand why I don't get the reward externally, physically, in the matter, in my life, in my career, in my love life, in my friendships. It is because in my own actions and unconsciously, I'm already rejecting myself. So once again, the idea, at least for me, is not to reject beauty. And personally, I think a big part of me is actually living for beauty, for a good landscape and a sunset or art, poetry, books, all of that. They make my heart alive. The view of the sea in front of you, isn't it more fulfilling than going to any restaurant or anything like that? Just a good view, a good moment, a good sunset, like beauty. It's so useless, you know, but still, this is the moment that we really enjoy life because it is useless, because we don't need to rush anything. In front of beauty, you naturally slow down, you know, the way you walk in an art gallery, or the way you appreciate like the sky and the sea and the sunset, or a good book with a tea near you during the winter. And maybe I'm naive, but my own reflection is part of that, you know? When I enjoy my own reflection, it makes me at peace. It makes my nervous system at peace. I can slow down. I can feel proud and deserving naturally, effortlessly. I can embody. Call me vain if you want, but I'm sure a part of you resonates with that too. So let's not reject beauty just because there are some beauty standards and things that don't feel good right now for us around that notion. And let's just understand the psychology behind it. Because we really quickly associate attractiveness with perfection, symmetrical, conform, polished, perfection. But if you think about it, this can very easily seem so flat and boring. This kind of very symmetrical, proportional, very perfect things. If there is not a spark, if there is not a twist, if there is not something borderline ugly, it's like not so interesting. Especially if we feel some type of distortion or incoherence behind it. So, what really creates attractiveness? If it's not perfection, if it's not symmetry, if it's not all that we learned that should be attractive, the truth is that humans are mostly drawn to, and okay, I need to specify that attractiveness and psychology of it and all that I'm saying is not just like trying to appeal to the male gaze, even though I think there is something beautiful about women that men can feel and sense and appreciate, and I don't inherently feel or think that this is negative. And then it's all other topic because some men are also stuck with standards of beauty in their own way. They can want a wife or a woman as a trophy, for example, and it's their own like lack of perspective and perception and taste, even I would say. So only aiming for the male gaze is really strange because which male are we talking about? You know, guys have different tastes. Contrary to what we make you believe that all men like big boobs and big butts and long blonde hair, but truth is that some men like very small women, some men like very chubby faces. I can tell you that it is the case with mine. Uh, some men likes frizzy hair, some men likes small boobs, you know. So even just the notion of male gaze doesn't make any sense for me because which male are we talking about? And it's really not about that. It's about becoming, at least in my own vision, attractiveness is like becoming the magnet for abundance, opportunity, love, health, and all that resonates so much with who you are that when you start embodying it fully, it's naturally drawn to you effortlessly because your appearance, coherence, nervous system, core identities are so aligned that anything resonating with that is directly aligning itself and presenting itself naturally into your life. That's for me the real definition of being my most attractive self. And of course, a consequence of that is that men might view you as beautiful and shining and attractive. Yes, of course, but everything else will. The birds and the cats and the career and the employer and the friends, everything will feel like turning to you and making you visible, not just as a spotlight suddenly on you that seem like very scary, especially for people like me who like to be in the background and but like visible in a way that you feel that you are seen for who you are because it's coherent with your appearance and all the rest. So understand the psychology behind attractiveness and understand that what people energy is actually drawn to is expressiveness, confidence, relaxed facial features, authenticity cues, readability, and openness, amongst others. But those are really things that you can cultivate by simply being yourself. And all things that can be achieved whatever your type of beauty and features are, whatever specificities and background you have, you can be open and expressive and confident. Confidence in my language is a very generic word actually, because there is different type of confidence, and sometimes you will feel very confident in one area and not in another. But in general, it is the feeling that whatever happens, I will find a way. So when you are confident in love, you're like, I'm in a good relationship right now, but whatever happens, I will find a way. When you're confident in your career, you're like, okay, my career is going good right now, but whatever happens, I will find a way. This is for me like the best way to define generic confidence. A lot of times when we go through life transitions and our identities kind of shift, whether it's through a breakup or a change of environment or just a new chapter in general, we start to feel that our face, appearance, style doesn't reflect who we are becoming. But the solution is not more effort, more fixing, more glow ups, more control. The solution is embodiment. And embodiment starts with clarity. What you really pursue. When you open a video to glow up, to learn how to glow up, what do you really pursue? What is your North Star? Then how you actually act is also clarity. Now that I know that my aim is elegance or dignity or being my most borderline ugly iconic self, whatever it is for you, then how do I act in coherence with my North Star? Where do I put, and this is the best way to understand embodiment. It's a very like complex concept, and uh, we work it with every client, and with every client it's very different according to where they stand, what they want, and all of that. But the best way to like frame how can I embody that desire, how can I embody the version of myself, is to think that where should I invest my time, money, and energy to be coherent with what I want to embody, and where do I currently invest my time, money, and energy? Also, why? Maybe. Do you spend time, energy, money straightening your hair all the time? Shopping online constantly? Managing, taming yourself? Sleeking the slick out of the slick back? You know? Pulling the hair in a bun, like trying to make everything like so smooth and tamed? Where are you investing your money, time, and energy regarding beauty, for example? Because we are talking about this topic, but it works with any topic. And then there is nothing inherently wrong, but the why will tell you a lot. Like, I straighten my hair maybe once every month or every 2 months when I want to change a little bit of style. And then generally in the summer, I stop doing it because it's just too hot and I just want to enjoy my curls. And there is no reason of me trying to be more elegant, trying to be more polished, trying to be more like, trying to fix myself, trying to be more proper, or these kind of things. And if you realize your North Star or the way you really want to feel is actually contradictory to where you invest your time, money, and energy, this is where you can first take action differently. But this is a very vast topic, I know, and there would be so many more things to say. If you don't know where to start, I'm honestly the right person for you, and you can book a free call with me without any pressure to go further or follow up with a coaching or anything like that. I would be so happy to like exchange with you and speak one-on-one with anyone who's interested to understand where can I start. I'm feeling so lost in all of that. I'm in a life transition. I'm in a new chapter and I need some guidance. And sometimes, some people call me as a free call for a coaching, and then in just one call, the reality switch and their mindset shift, and they actually don't need my coaching after that. And I'm so at peace with that. So seriously, no strings attached. if you feel like you are lost, you don't know where to start, just book a free call with me. You'll find my website in the description in my main page, but it's just coraveda.com. And in the meantime, let's just finish like this. Let's just close your eyes. If you stayed until now, maybe you really need that. So just close your eyes just for a second and just say out loud or internally as you wish that I refuse to choose elegance when elegance doesn't choose me. I refuse to choose elegance when elegance doesn't choose me. Anything that costs me my real self is too expensive. Anything that costs me my real self is too expensive. I stop making life harder for myself, rejecting all that I am naturally. I stop making life harder for myself, rejecting all that I am naturally and effortlessly. I choose my borderline ugly iconic self. I choose my borderline ugly iconic self. Beautiful. You can open your eyes, and I hope that helped. Babe, you got this. See you in the next one.